Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I'm back at again with another Dragon Ball Sparking Zero modding tutorial. This is going to be an updating tutorial for 2026. So, I'm going to make this as quick as possible. So, you're going to be getting a few programs first. You're going to be getting Unverum, okay? You also need to get this UTOC signature bypass patch, okay? This is going to actually let you, like, mod, like, in terms of, like, getting everything loaded, right? So I'm going to link both of these down below. You're going to need to download them, and I'm going to download them myself and, you know, show everything. And then you also need to get this WinRAR tool, okay? This is for just extraction purposes. It's very simple. You just download it, and then you just kind of install it real quick. It takes 2 seconds. Majority of you have this. I'm not going to show the, you know, the way to do this. Like I said, most people have this. It takes 2 seconds to install this, okay? And if you're on Windows 11, there's also other extraction tools that you can use from Windows themselves, okay? So you're gonna need to log in to download this file. I know you're gonna have to, like, you know, make an account. None of this is sketchy or weird. Go ahead and log in, and once I log in, I'll go ahead and download this. All right, so once you make a little account and you log in and everything, it's completely free. You don't have to, you know, pay for it or anything. You're gonna go to Files down over here, and you're just gonna do Manual Download, okay? So just do the slow download, okay? Give it a couple of seconds to download everything, just because it's gonna be like, oh, if you want to do the premium version, if you want to pay, you can get faster down. It takes 2 seconds, guys, right? It's really quick. You don't need to pay, okay? So I got that downloaded, all right? Now let's go ahead and get ourselves Unverum. So you're going to scroll all the way down here from the link that I added. You want to make sure that you get the version 2.6.5 version. Okay, that is the latest one. So you're going to scroll all the way down here, or you could have clicked that little, you know, link, but I'm going to scroll down here, and it should be at the top. Now, you're going to need .NET 6.0 desktop runtime. Most of you, if you've modded before, you're, you know, doing this, most of you have this, okay? It's kind of like with WinRAR. A lot of people should have this. I'm not going to show the tutorial on how to download a program that is, you know, basic, right? But if you don't have it, go ahead and make sure that you uninstall this, okay? You'll know if you know, go to your programs and stuff, or whenever you start modding, you'll see that, you know, stuff is not working. So you're going to need this, right? You're going to need your .NET 6.0 desktop runtime, okay? But let's go ahead and get Unverum, okay? It's going to be this file right here. So let's manual download that. And then you want to click download again, okay? So give it a second. Again, I know some people are going to be a little bit worried. That's like, oh, well, you know, this might give me a virus or something like that. No, guys, I've been modding for a very long time. Everything's good. It doesn't, you know, mess anything up, okay? So you're going to go to your downloads, okay? And after, you know, you have WinRAR and everything installed, you can either do it through that method, or you could just do a basic extraction from extract all, which is something normal if you don't want to do WinRAR, but I would recommend WinRAR because it's way easier. So I'm going to go ahead and extract both of these real quick. So we're going to do the bypass first, because that's going to be the main thing that we need. And then we'll go ahead and do our Unverum. So that'll take a little bit of time, okay? Now, let's go ahead and get into the bypass thing. Okay, the bypass files are very, very important, okay? But before we get into that, you want to go ahead and open up Steam. All right, so again, I don't know about any weird, you know, pirated shit. We're not doing any of that. This is all official versions that you purchase yourself, okay? So you're going to go ahead and go to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on your little, you know, game tabs, okay? You're going to right-click that, go to Properties, okay? And then you want to go to Installed Files, and then you want to go to Browse. Now, for me, I have mine in a completely separate drive, okay? Most of you will have it on your C drive, right? Which is like the basic, most people install stuff, everything is going to be on their C drive, okay? But if you're like me and you have a separate, you know, I guess, drive that you're going to be installing all your video games and stuff, then you'll be doing it like this. But just to show you, just in case, if you know, need some help, okay, you would go to your drive, right? And then you would click on, I think it's like Programs x86, and then you would go to your, you know, Steam library and Steam apps, and then you would go to Common, and then you would go to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, okay? So this is where pretty much everything is going to be getting installed. This is where you're normally going to be opening up the game and everything. This is a very important folder, okay? So let's go ahead and go into the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero folder, or just Sparking Zero. And then you want to go into Binaries and then Win64. So this is where you're going to be putting that bypass, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and open that up again here on my files. And then we're going to go ahead and get that bypass open, okay? So let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so that you guys can see everything better, okay? And then what we'll do is we're going to copy and paste all those files into this folder. Okay, yeah, I have a lot of screenshots and stuff. So don't worry, my folder is going to look a little bit different from y'all's because I have some extra leftover, modding related shit. So what you want to do is in the bypass folder, okay, you're just going to copy the plugins and the dsound.dll. You're going to go ahead and copy all that. And you're just going to paste it right here in the Win64 file. Sorry, not file, folder. And then you're, so I already have it, right? But I'm going to go ahead and replace it just for the sake of this video. Because, again, I've already modded before. So that's good to go. Okay, now that you got the bypass thing, that means that you are, good to go in terms of the initial installation of this, okay? So let's go ahead and go back up to our downloads, okay? And then we're going to go to Unverum. It's going to open up Unverum. Gonna be this little program at the top, this little application, okay? So let me just zoom in for you guys, just so that you can see it, okay? It's this one right here. It has the one that has the little icon, okay? So when you open that up for the first time, okay, it's gonna have a lot, right? You might be a little bit overwhelmed. So what you wanna do first, right, for the first time is you wanna go to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. It has a whole list of games. Most of them should be games that you pretty much would own. But we want to focus on Sparking Zero. So it's going to ask you, do you want to launch through executable or launch through Steam? Always do launch through executable. Okay, that's very important. All right. So once you do that, okay, you want to go ahead and start the setup, right? Now for me, because I've modded before, it's going to show me that the setup had already completed or whatever. It's automatically going to the setup that I initially did, okay? But for setup, okay, it's going to be that application that I just showed you guys, okay? So normally for setup, it's going to need you to, choose the actual application, which is going to be this right here. So again, I'm going to show you guys where to go for that, okay? Again, for you guys, it might be through your C drive, okay? So just to show you an example of how it would be for the C drive, you would go to your local disk, and then I think it would be Program Files x86, and then you would scroll all the way down to Steam, okay? And then you would go to the Steam apps, and you would go to common, and then it would be in here, okay? So if you have the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero folder, it would be in here, right? So you would click it there. But for me, because I have mine in a different one, which is the new Volume Z, okay, I would go into the Steam apps, common, and then it would be this one right here, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, okay? So when you're setting it up, you want to choose this application, this one right here, okay? I'm going to zoom in for you guys again, just so that you can see it. This one right here. All right, and make sure that your game is obviously on the latest update, right? It should be, right? But this is the application that you're going to be doing your setup in, okay? Again, for me, it's showing that it's already set up, which is kind of annoying for this tutorial, but there's nothing I can do about that because it had already been set up, right? But again, that's what you do, okay? Let's get that going. Okay, we are good to go. So once you have that set up, it'll show you that your setup is completed for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Then you want to go to Browse Mods, okay? Because we need to install that new updated version of the mod loader. So give it a second to, load up. This is where you can install mods very easily, right? You can search and find specific mods that you want. But for now, what we want to do is you want to go to the top tab and you want to go into Popular, okay? So the most popular mod is obviously the thing that, will get you loading mods, right? And it's going to be by Albrix, if I am pronouncing that right. So credits again. Shout out to them. You want to download the Kinton? I think Kinton mod loader. Go ahead and download that. Select yes. Do the latest version that literally says Neo DLC update, right? That's the one that you want. Okay, this was uploaded 1 day ago. This literally is brand new, and that's why I'm making this tutorial right now for you guys, okay? So once you get that, it's going to be unchecked. You want to check that, okay? Anytime you install a mod, you want to make sure it's enabled, right? Because if it's not, you're not going to see the mod, right? So once you get that going, you're good to go. You can start modding your game, okay? Now, if you have mods that you're downloading from a different website that doesn't already have an Unverum, easy install method where it's like a one-click thing, okay? You can always go to Add Mods, right? So when you add mods, you would open the mods folder, okay? And then anything in the mods folder, which you can see right here, right, is where you can install the mod. So what you would normally do is you would go to the mod that you downloaded, you would extract that file, and then you would copy and paste whatever's in that folder right here, okay? This is where you would paste it. Because the only mod I have installed right now is this. And I'll just show you an example after I install a mod, okay? So let's do a mod. Let's do something pretty simple. I think we'll just go with Moro because this is the character that is not playable in the game, and this is just for the sake of showing you guys that's that easy. So you would click on download, and then you would just install, okay? And make sure that anytime there are new updates for certain mods, you want to make sure that you get the latest one. So obviously you would just read when it was uploaded. This was uploaded 6 days ago, so this means this one was specifically fixed for the latest update of Sparking Neo, okay? So I got that installed. Boom, Moro, look at that. So go and check that shit, and you'll be good to go. There you go. You got your first mod installed, and as you can see right here, from where I go into the folder, there's Moro. He's slot right there. Slot Moro, okay? And it will show you all the files and everything that you would normally have, okay? So that's how you do that, right? Pretty cool, right? So I'm going to go ahead and start up the game, boot up the game. We're going to go into training mode. I'm going to show you guys that the mod is out, it's loaded, and it's working. All right, so when you're launching mods for the first time, okay, you want to just click launch, okay? Don't open up the game within Steam. It's not that it won't work, but sometimes it doesn't, so I just wouldn't recommend it. I would always recommend launching it from within Unverum. So I'm going to go and click launch. If everything works, you'll see this. It'll say launch game with custom arguments. Go ahead and click continue, okay? And then let that open up, all right? So give it a second. It'll take some time. Sometimes it won't open up, right? And that's okay, because you just got to do it a couple of times, okay? If the game looks like it's trying to open, and after like 3 or 4 times that it doesn't open, right? And it keeps crashing, like it looks like it's going to start up and it crashes, that means that you have a broken mod and you're going to need to uninstall that, okay? You just delete the mod. It's very easy, or you can uncheck it. I would recommend just completely deleting the mod, right? And that you would just right-click it and then delete, right? It's very self-explanatory and simple, okay? So we're going to go ahead and jump into the game here. Again, I'm on the latest update, and we're going to be looking for Moro. So let's go ahead and go into training mode. Do super training. I'm going to go ahead and just go to our hyperbolic time chamber because it's, you know, simple, clean, simple and clean. You already know it. All right. So we want to go all the way down. So some mods, they're going to be installed in like different areas. You just have to search for them, like kind of like browse through and see, okay, well, where are they, right? But for the sake of this, with Moro, he should be down over here. For some reason, he's like right now. I mean, usually it's going to be like the characters that are right after the Shallot DLC, okay? Usually that's where it would be. So we got Moro right here, and then it also comes with the Ultra Instinct one, which is kind of wild looking, right? So we'll just go with simple Moro. Go ahead and select him. My opponent here. Yeah, Ultra Instinct Goku's good to go. So start that up. And again, some mods won't work. Some of them just are outdated. They're very old. Modding has been going on for a couple of years now. So some of the very old ones won't work, okay? But most of them should. Most of them should. So as you can see, I am Moro. And it's working, right? Pretty cool. Look at that. Yeah, everything's pretty much working pretty well. He's got all his special animations and stuff. I mean, most of them are like reused animations and shit. Look at that. Got an energy drain. He just throws them. And then boom. You'll notice that some mods don't have any sound because how modding works with Sparking Zero, it's a lot more extra effort than like Xenoverse 2, for example. So some of them just don't have sound. And that's normal, right? So again, modding for this game is really cool. You just got to make sure you're downloading the right ones, okay? So there you have it. That is how to mod Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the new method. Hopefully this will be the last time I have to make a updated tutorial until probably the next DLC drop, which could be within the next couple of years. So yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, definitely comment down below. I'll try to help you. If I can't help you and I don't get to it, somebody will likely help you through the comment section, okay? There's some good Samaritans out there that will have some experience with it. But yeah, be sure to drop a like and subscribe here in the channel, ring my notification bell. This video took me a while to get working and everything, so I put a lot of, effort into it. So, your support is appreciated. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.